بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. This is the last lecture for Faculty of Law English section. The main subject is the current account. This subject is very important. Before speaking about the main subject, the current account, we talked about 2 points. First point, we talked about last lectures. We talked about difference between insolvency and bankruptcy. We talked about characteristics of bankruptcy system. We talked about completion and preventive reorganization, only section 1, contractual completion. We talked about submission of the bankruptcy petition. Second point, legal terminologies of the current account. 1. The current account, الحساب الجاري. Withdraw of the current account, سحب من الحساب الجاري. Deposit in the current account, إيداع في الحساب الجاري. Means of evidence, وسائل الإثبات. Joint current account، حساب جاري مشترك. يبقى نعيدهم تاني again. Current account الحساب الجاري. Withdraw of the current account، سحب من الحساب الجاري. Deposit in the current account، إيداع في الحساب الجاري. Means of evidence، وسائل الإثبات. Joint current account، حساب جاري مشترك. These 2 points. Now, we are talking about the main subject. It's current account. The current account is a bank account, حساب بنكي, and very important in a community of the merchants. The current account is a bank account and very important in community of the merchants. مهم جدا في الحياة التجار. Under this subject, we are talking about definition of the current account and forms of the current account. هنتكلم عن تعريف الحساب الجاري وهنتكلم عن أشكال الحساب الجاري. يبقى the current account equal bank account، حساب جاري، حساب بنكي. Very important in community of the merchants. And this subject, we are talking about definition of the current account A. B. Forms of the current account، أشكال الحساب الجاري. A. Definition of the current account. Definition of the current account. The current account is a bank account. Okay. The current account is a contract between the bank and its clients. These clients, I think most of them are merchants. But the current account is a bank account. One, first. Second point, the current account is contract between the bank and its clients. Most of them are merchants. 3, both of the parts must sign on the contract and agree on specific terms and conditions governing the current account. 3, both of the parts must sign on the contract and agree on specific terms and conditions governing the current account. كل الأطراف like bank زي البنك أو الكلاينتس لازم يمضوا على هذا العقد، ولازم كمان يوافقوا على كل الشروط اللي جواه. 4 this contract is printed by a bank. العقد كمان اللي بيطبعه مين؟ البنك. In the current account the bank can withdraw and deposit in this account. يقدر يسحب، يبقى the bank can withdraw from the current account، يقدر يسحب من الحساب الجاري بسهولة، and deposit in this account، ويقدر يحط فلوس فيه. The clients can withdraw from this account and can deposit in this account. يبقى احنا قلنا in the definition of the current account we have many points under definition of the current account. 1. The current account is a bank account. 2. The current account is a contract between the bank and its clients. 3. Both of the parts must sign on the contract and agree on specific terms and conditions governing the current account. After that, this contract is printed by a bank. After, in the current account, the bank can withdraw from the account and can deposit in this account. The client or clients can withdraw and deposit in this account. Okay, we have a good question. How to prove the current account. ازاي هثبت الحساب الجاري. Now, the current account is subject to commercial law. The current account is subject to commercial law. So, we can say that the current account is a commercial act by profession. هو عمل تجاري على سبيل الاحتراف. The bank is a trader. البنك تاجر. So we can prove the current account by all means of evidence, like writing, like fax, like net, telex, any means. So ازاي اقدر اثبت الحساب الجاري هيخضع لمين؟ is subject to commercial, it's not civil. The current account is subject to commercial law. The current account is a commercial act by profession. The bank is a trader. We can prove the current account by all means of evidence, like writing, fax, net, and telex, phone, any means. We talked about definition of the current account. We talked about proof of the current account. We said that the current account is a bank account. The current account is a contract between the bank and its clients. Both of them must sign on the contract and agree on specific terms and conditions governing the current account. This contract is printed by a bank. In the current account, the bank can withdraw and deposit in this account. The client can withdraw and deposit from the account. How to prove the current account? The current account is subject to the commercial law. We can say that the current account is a commercial act by profession. The bank is a trader. We can prove the current account by all means of evidence, like writing, fax, net, telex, and phone. Okay, now we are talking about forms of the current account. هنتكلم عن أشكال الحساب الجاري. A current account may take one of these two forms. forms. هياخد شكلين، ممكن ياخد شكلين، واحد من الاتنين دول. اما a current account for one person، حساب شخص واحد بس، حساب جاري لشخص واحد، or to a joint current account for more than a person، حساب جاري مشترك ما بين شخصين او اكتر. يبقى current account may take one of these two forms: one current account for one person, two joint current account for more than a person. One current account for one person، حساب جاري لشخص واحد. The holder of the current account is one person. لو ان صاحب الحساب الجاري ده شخص واحد مع البنك، يعني هو عميل واحد مع البنك with a bank. The holder of the current account is one person with a bank. The holder has the power، عنده القوة to withdraw from the current account and deposit in this account. يبقى the holder of the current account is one person with a bank. The holder has the power to withdraw from the account and deposit in this account. Two, joint current account for more than one person. Joint current account is opened for more than a person، بيتفتح عن طريق أكتر من شخص. Group of persons. Example: husband and wife have a joint current account. الاثنين عندهم حساب جاري فتحوه مع بعض with a bank. Both of them have a power to withdraw from the current account. Both of them have a power to withdraw from the current account and can deposit in this account. So we said in case of joint current account is opened by is opened for more than a person. Group of persons. Example: husband and wife have a joint current account. Both of them have a power to withdraw from the current account and can deposit in this account. But both of them can't withdraw and deposit without agree from another party. يعني ما ينفعش حد فيهم يسحب او يودع اي مال بدون ما ياخد موافقة الطرف الاخر. يبقى النهارده اتكلمنا عن current account, talked about definition of the current account, we talked about format of the current account, definition of the current account. The current account is a bank account. The current account is contract between the bank and its clients. Most of them are merchants. Both of them must sign on the contract and agree on specific terms and conditions governing the current account. This contract is printed by a bank. In the current account, the bank can withdraw and deposit, and the client can withdraw from this account and deposit in this account. How to prove the current account is a good question. The current account is subject to commercial law. We can say that the current account is a commercial act by profession. The bank is a trader. We can prove the current account by all means of evidence, such as like writing, fax, net, phone, and telex. Forms of the current account. A current account may take one of these two forms. One, current account for one person. Joint current account for more than a person. One current account for one person. The holder of current account is one person with a bank. The holder has the power to withdraw from the account and deposit in this account. Two, joint current account for more than one person. Joint current account is opened for for more than a group of persons. Example, husband and wife have a joint current account. Both of them have a power to withdraw from the account and deposit in this account. But both of them can't withdraw from the account and deposit in this account without agree from another party. ده احنا اتكلمنا عن المحاضرة الأخيرة عن الحساب الجاري ده current account. خدوا الموضوعات المهمة. 1. Subject 1. Difference between insolvency and bankruptcy. Subject 2. Characteristics of bankruptcy system. Subject 3. Submission of the bankruptcy petition. Subject 4. The current account. يبقى 4 موضوعات هم المهمين بس. Difference اللي هتذاكروهم. Difference between insolvency and bankruptcy. Characteristics of bankruptcy. Submission of the bankruptcy petition for the current account. شكرا.